We are watching single most expensive arms race in human history. But instead of missiles, it's silicon and intelligence. We have three major updates for you, which might look separate but are part of the same puzzle. We have Google burning cash at an alarming rate, China trying to glue old chips together to survive a ban, and OpenAI suddenly making a massive play for India. Which brings us to our question. In this global tug of war, who actually ends up controlling the future of AI? To answer that, we have to follow the money. And right now, the money is bleeding out of Google. Wall Street initially estimated that Google would be spending around $60 billion on capital expenditure in 2025. But by October, the predictions exploded to 93 billion, 50% increase in just few months. Most of the cash is going into one pocket, Nvidia's. Nvidia is the only company capable of fueling Google's search, YouTube, and Gemini ambitions right now. And they are making absolute fortunes with margins as high as 80%. Google is spending money on chips faster than they are making money from those chips. This sounds unsustainable. So, this brings us to the second question. Is Google doomed to be held hostage by Nvidia's pricing power forever? Or have they finally built a secret weapon that can break the monopoly and stop the bleeding? While Google is trying to buy its way out of Nvidia's grip, China is trying to innovate its way around a total blockade. The US has banned Nvidia from selling any high-performance chip anything under 12 nanometer to China. This was done to kill China's ambition, especially after the launch of models like DeepSeek. But China just announced a workaround. Instead of making one advanced chip, they are proposing to stack older domestically made chips together. They are combining 14 nanometer logic chips with 18 nanometer DRAM using 3D hybrid bonding. Think of it as gluing copper to copper together to eliminate speed gaps. It sounds like sci-fi, but it forces us to ask our final question. Can sticking together older, slower chips essentially rival Nvidia's technology? Short answer is no, but it keeps them in the game. Weishao Zhao claims that stacking tech together could rival Nvidia's 4 nanometer chip in theory. But let's look at the real math. They estimate that this architecture can hit 120 flops. That sounds like a lot until you realize that Nvidia's E100, which is an older technology, hits 3112 flops, which is 250% more than what China is proposing. Plus, stacking together old chips doesn't magically fix the power efficiency or heating issues. So China hasn't beaten Nvidia, but they have found a way to stay alive in the race despite US bans. Speaking about beating Nvidia, let's go back to Google. Remember, we asked if Google is doomed to pay Nvidia forever. Absolutely not. Google isn't just writing checks, they are striking back with TPUs. Unlike Nvidia's general purpose chips, these are built only for AI. And Google just dropped their Ironwood, their latest chips, which is 400 times faster than its previous generation and delivers 2 to 3 times of better performance per dollar. And the industry is noticing. Anthropic just committed to buying 1 million TPUs. That's tens of billions of dollars effectively stolen from Nvidia's pockets. Google is betting house that they can build their own infrastructure and cut out the middleman. So China is hacking hardware to survive and Google is building hardware to save money. Which brings us to our original question. Who controls the future of AI? It might not be the chip makers at all, it might be the people deploying the tech. While everyone is fighting over silicon, OpenAI is looking at the map and seeing something else. India. OpenAI is in advanced talks with TCS and Microsoft to massively expand operations in India. Why, you ask? Because India is projected to be $22 billion AI market in just next 2 years. It's already OpenAI's second largest user base after US. Sam Altman isn't just looking for chips, he's looking for scale. He wants to build AI infrastructure and localize agentic AI specifically for Indian companies. So the chip wars between Google, Nvidia and China decide how fast the AI grows. But moves like OpenAI's partnership with TCS decides who actually uses it. The hardware battle is expensive, but the battle for the user, that's where the real war is just getting started. So what do you think, guys? Will Google's TPU kill Nvidia's dominance, or will OpenAI's move to India as a real game changer? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.